Welcome everyone. This is the Narrative Podcast. I am your host, Halsey Allen. This is the platform of positivity and Black reciprocity and Black progression. Welcome all my narrators. Welcome to anybody new to the podcast. Just in case you are just tuning in, this is the Narrative Podcast. I'll break it down in a second what it is I do here. So, the title is pretty self-explanatory, but I'll explain it anyway. It's called the Narrative Podcast. It's designed basically to, counterbalance or counterattack the false depiction and betrayal of Black people and Black culture. Basically, the media spins a false narrative about Black people and Black culture. They depict us in a negative light. They play up stereotypical behavior within our culture and poke fun at nuances within our culture, and just basically have us looking and sounding crazy. Destitute, lazy, stupid. They basically hypercriminalize our men and hypersexualize our women, make us look amoral, that we're not leaders, we're not good parents and role models. And basically what I do on this platform is just provide positive frames of reference that we are leaders, we are captains of industry, we do contribute to the human race. We're not just a drain on resources as the media portrays us to be. And basically we are the antithesis of all these images and sound bites being circulated around about us. So I hope that sums it up in a nutshell. This is a live edition of the Narrative Podcast. My normal broadcast day is usually on a weekend, Saturdays to be specific. So what I do on a random live is I just basically share articles and to provide those positive frames of reference about Black people and Black culture, and also to deliver some commentary on any current things going on in the world from the Black perspective. Basically anything that actually has something pertaining to Black people. So like my attempt to control the narrative, because they'll try to spin it and make us, look all crazy and savage. So I always try to, portray us in a positive light and portray us winning and doing positive things. Now, my commentaries are brutally honest. I do not do gossip. I don't attack other Black people. I don't, there's enough of that nonsense on the internet. I want to be an alternative. And basically my end goal is just for everybody to share positive content on their social media platforms, because at the end of the day, the media is a supply and demand business. If we keep on acting like we enjoy the content, they will keep supplying it. They will keep on supplying, debaucherous lyrics. They keep on supplying all these images, these stereotypical images of us. But if we, can start controlling the narrative on our own social media platforms, meaning the content that we post online, then, the tide will shift a little bit in our favor, and, more options will be available for people to want to see positive things and want to hear positive things. Now, this isn't me trying to be perfect and holier than thou. This is just me, coming into my own as an adult. I'm in my 40s, and, stepping up, trying to be a leader. And we got to show the next generation that there is a better way, to be the opposite of how we came up. You know what I mean? But as far as hip hop goes, like, I believe there should be a diverse dichotomy and several different forms of, the art form to listen to. I don't believe everybody should sound exactly the same, but in that, there will be diversity. There will be different types of conscious hip hop. You have like Southern conscious hip hop. You have West Coast conscious hip hop. You have, East Coast conscious hip hop. And not saying all hip hop has to be conscious, but at least try to interject the message to stay true to the art form, and not just, a whole lot of just gang shit and ignorance and stereotypical nonsense. Because the art form was basically designed to communicate and share culture. That's why people say do it for the culture. To share the arts, make people see the artisanship, be that much of an artist to know, to impress upon the listeners that when you say something, it's satirical, not literal. You know what I mean? Like you're using a metaphor or a euphemism. You don't mean like literally go out and do this, that, and the third. But anyway, I'm going to get into these articles, share this positive news that came across my feed, and brief you, any new listeners to this podcast, about my normal format, and dive right on in to the content. But before all that, first we're going to take a moment of silence to the shooting victim's family over the last weekend in in Buffalo, New York, the Tops grocery store. So I want to take a little brief moment of silence for that. All right, so I'm gonna dive right into my format. So basically, on a full broadcast day, I'll start off by extending the olive branch for Black-owned business owners to reach out to me for free promotion on my platform. If you would like free promotion for your business, product, or service, hit me up. My name is Halsey Allen at passionwebmail at poeticpassion.host. And in the subject bar of the email, put promo. In the body of the email, give a brief bio about yourself and your business, product, or service. So I'll give you a proper pitch to know a little bit about yourself and your brand, why you're selling what you're selling. Okay, and then next, I am promoting a contest on this platform, and the title of that, the name of the contest is called the Chew on This Contest. And the premise is very simple. I just want listener participation. I want you to tap in with me, as I do not have a hotline yet. a direct way to communicate with my audience. So this is just like a little way to show me you're listening, and you will be rewarded for participating in the topic of the Chew on This. And the topic of the Chew on This contest is share your shopping while black experience. Why do I want you to share your shopping while black experience? Because shopping while black is a phenomenon that happens here in America and all over the world. The mistreatment of black people in most retail outlets, public places like public transportation, libraries, just basically singling out black people and treating them poorly. And I'm doing that to keep the conversation going and to call it out. Because the ultimate goal, I know, is for us to, it's easy to be outside the bubble. Well, just don't go where where you're not wanted, where your presence isn't wanted. Go, you got options. No, you don't. We're not broad across the board yet. We don't all, like in until it gets to every single state that there's an authentic black neighborhood, meaning like a black library, a black movie theater, a black grocery store, black coffee shop, black internet cafe, or whatever. Like any convenience that you would go out into the world until we get our own black neighborhoods to take care of to facilitate any need we may have. We need to be calling it out, because until that time comes, we need to be treated like decent human beings. We don't need to be mistreated for spending our money, because getting followed around the establishment or getting treated as if we're filthy or we can't afford whatever it is they're selling, or if they just plain old don't like black people and don't want you in an establishment. So we got to keep calling that out. And to enter the contest at that same address that I just gave you for the free promo, also hit me up at passionwebmail@poeticpassion.host, except in the subject bar, put "you on this" / shopping while black. In the body of the email, put "share your shopping while black experience." Also include your mailing address so I know where to send your snack. And then your type of snack. What do you want? And why snacks? Because snacks are within my budget. Like merchandise and t-shirts and keychains and all that, it's not in my budget right now, but a snack is. And so ideally what I will try to do is find a black-owned vendor to supply a bulk supply of your favorite snack. But in the event if I cannot find a black-owned vendor to supply your snack, I'll most likely be getting it from Sam's Club or Costco and sending it to you. All right. Then next, in my on a full broadcast day, I will highlight usually up to 3 black-owned businesses. And the reason why I highlight the black-owned businesses is, again, to provide the positive frame of reference about black people and black culture. The types of black-owned businesses that I highlight meet a certain criteria. I try to look for stories basically for people that started at the bottom, had little to no